With growing student interest in creating videos, JCCC added 2 new film classes. We talked to Professor Tanya Hughes to learn more about the classes.
In this class, what I'm really wanting is first and foremost for them to understand about film as an art form and how they're making their work, for them to take it very seriously. I often refer to art making as being serious play. Serious being the topics, like they have to pick serious topics and they have to do research and understand that it's about conveying a message or an intent to a viewer. But then the play being, how do you do that right? The technical exploration, the kind of experimenting with all kinds of different ways. Do you want to do something that's sort of funny even though it's a serious topic? Is it, all that experimenting with the different methods of getting to it. The end result being that they'll have the beginning of an understanding of how to make film as art. FMS 200, so it's a lecture studio combination. So some of the information kind of overlaps because in this class too I'm teaching about techniques and about film theory and how to analyze film, but the point of it is a little different, and here they're learning it because they're analyzing their own creations or thinking through what they're wanting to make. But it is a studio class, so they're actually creating their own films, their own like shorts and video clips. I start them off with DSLRs because I think they're the most user-friendly and the easiest because they're sort of familiar with working with those already, most of them. And then we're switching to the Sony camcorders, like professional grade camcorders after this. And then by the end of it, they'll also be working with boom mics and with different things like that. So as the course progresses, it'll get a little bit more complicated in the equipment that they can choose.
We also talked to current film student Jonah to hear his thoughts on the class.
Film 100 is more of like the overview and business of film. They talk a lot about kind of the positions you'd have, like, the producer position, how that's more like you work with the finances, and then you have the director, who's more the artistic vision of the overall film, and just sort of how the industry in itself works and how certain films follow maybe like certain formulas and how like that's shaken up and whatnot. The other class, 200, is more like making films. It's about editing. You learn a lot more about composition, about how to actually technically shoot and make a movie and kind of what's going into that. And it also focuses a little bit more on like the art aspect of it as opposed to the like technical aspects.
For JCAF TV, I'm Malik Hall.